Hello and warm greetings. I'm to present you the English news. At this time, the Kabul police officials are saying that the security forces have thwarted a plot by anti-government armed militants to carry out an explosion in Kabul city. The officials are saying that the militants were looking to detonate an oil tanker filled with fuel by planning by a remote-controlled improvised explosive device. The officials further added that the explosives were discovered from the oil tanker in the vicinity of the 9th police district of the city. According to the officials, with the confiscation of the improvised explosive device, a major terrorist attack plot was filed. Anti-government armed militant groups, including Taliban insurgents, have not commented regarding the report so far. This comes as the anti-government or militant groups are attempting to carry out attacks in key provinces and cities of the country. During the recent months, at least 13 people were killed or wounded after an improvised explosive device was detonated near a certain camp in Huzuri area of the city nearly a week ago. Earlier, a side bomber targeted a gathering of people close to Sakhi Shrine on the eve of the new solar year, leaving more than 30 people dead and scores of others wounded. Kunar Provincial Council member killed in a side attack. Local officials say the blast happened in a Watapur district when a side bomber targeted a vehicle carrying a member of Kunar Provincial Council. A member of Provincial Council of Kunar and a religious scholar were killed in a side bombing in the province on Friday. Based on the reports, Kunar governor spokesman say the explosion occurred in Watapur district around 1:30 p.m. in which Shawali Hemmat, member of the Provincial Council, was killed. He said the attacker targeted Hemmat and that a religious scholar was also killed in the explosion. Security guard of Shah Wali Hemmat was wounded in the attack. He said no group has claimed responsibility for the attack. Israel forces killed 7 Palestinian protesters on Gaza border. At least 7 Palestinians were killed and hundreds injured by Israeli security forces confronting one of the largest Palestinian demonstrations along the Israel-Gaza border in recent years. As a medical official said, one of the dead was aged 16 and most of casualties were struck by gunfire, according to Palestinian medics, who estimated the number of wounded around 500 by mid-afternoon. The Israeli military said that its troops had used area dispersal means and firing towards main instigators, and that some of the demonstrators were burning tires and hurling stones at the border fence and other soldiers. Palestinian health officials said Israeli forces used mostly gunfire against protesters in addition to tear gas and rubber bullets. Witnesses say the military had used a drone at least one location to drop tear gas. The Palestinian protest marked Land Day, an annual commemoration of deaths of 6 Arab citizens of Israel killed by Israeli security forces during demonstrations over government land confiscations in northern Israel in 1976. The demonstrators demanded that Palestinian refugees should be released. And Russia summoned a slew of senior Western diplomats on Friday to tell them how many of their embassy officials it was expelling in a worsening standoff with the West over the poisoning of a former Russian spy and his daughter Britain. Moscow said on Thursday it was expelling 60 US diplomats and would eject scores from other countries that had joined London and Washington in censuring Moscow over the poisoning of Sergei Skripal and his daughter. And Russia have already expelled 23 of each other's diplomats over the first known use of a military-grade naval agent on European soil since World War II. But Laurie Bristow, Britain's ambassador, was summoned again on Friday. The Russian Foreign Ministry said in a statement Bristow had been told London had just 1 month to cut its diplomatic contingent in Russia to the same size as the Russian mission in Britain. Thank you for joining. Take care. Bye.